Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Texas Rangers, starting season 2 against the Angels. It's going to be a good one, should be a good season in general, so make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new, as well as we go ahead and get things officially underway as we are taking on, Shohei Ohtani, who had a really difficult year last year as a pitcher, was 6-14, 5.5 ERA. Should be a good chance to, get right on track, if, keeps that kind of form. But one guy that we do certainly have to worry about is Mike Trout at the plate, one of the game's biggest star, arguably the best player in Major League Baseball today, and you can see why as he belts that one in the right center gap. He's going for second base, might go for third if it wasn't for the quick relay throw, but a double for Mike Trout. And for the first time this season, we are going to go ahead and see runners in scoring position. 2-2 count to Anthony Rendon, trying to go ahead and get this guy out. He fouls tips the first 2-2 count. We'll go ahead and, see if we can keep getting this guy as we throw the ball into the dirt. We think it was something else. We just clicked that wrong button, man. Not helping our pitcher out necessarily, as that does bring in Randall Polson, who is going to go ahead. He's actually making his MLB debut and comes in the clutch early in his MLB career, getting one in between our second baseman and shortstop, and that is the first run of the game, and also the first major league hit / RBI for Randall Polson. So it does make it a 1-0 game, and early on, Sandy Alcantara is in a little bit of trouble here. Our mid-season acquisition last year when we traded away Joey Gallo, it's not looking too good for us here, but we do eventually get out of the inning though. But it is an early 1-0 game, between us and the Los Angeles Angels. We just got to make sure we get that game, but, got to get those bats going. But, it's still early. We're not freaking out just yet. But we are struggling to get those bats going here early as we cut back to the bottom of the second inning now. As now we go ahead, Sandy Alcantara is still on the mound for us here. Trying to work this count a little bit. See if we can get him to chase one of these balls as we get him out. Brandon Marsh. Bye. And it's the third strikeout of the game for Sandy Alcantara. We're facing another full count here. Matt Feist is at the plate, his first at-bat of the season. We're facing a full count, man. Just trying to make sure Alcantara is nice and relaxed. Potentially big pitch here. Want to try to have a big clean inning here, although he hits one to left field. Our left fielder can't catch up to it, and we got another man on the run. That's going to be another double here for the LA Angels, and we get ourselves going right here. Matt Feist on second base, which does bring in Cam Gallagher for his first at-bat of the season. Almost get him to swing in that pitch. The check swing, and the umps aren't falling for it. So a 1-2 count now as the 1-2 pitch is away, and it's going deep down left field, and it's gone like a girl in a country song. Home run for Cam Gallagher, and that ball was absolutely crushed. 429 feet. That makes it a 3-0 game. The Angels offense getting going here early, getting some clutch hits for sure. Is now we got a 2-2 count here once again. David Fletcher back at the plate. And is that going to be 2 home runs in a row? Please don't make that be. It is another home run for the Angels. You got to be kidding, man. 2 home runs in a row. That is a tough look for Sandy Alcantara. And we're down 4-0 here, and the sad part is we're going into the meat of the lineup now. We're going up against Mike Trout once again, who had a nice gapper, in right field in his last at bat. This is 2 innings in a row. Mike Trout will get in that bat. So let's see if we can do a little bit better this time around, as that ball was hit hard to the first baseman. But he is going to go ahead and get him out. We will eventually get out of this inning. But still down 4-0 and still having to deal with the meat of this order as well. It just hasn't necessarily been a good look necessarily, as Anthony Radon is going to go again. He's going to get to second base potentially. The throw is not in time. Another multi-base hit, another double for this Angels squad. They're just doing a very good job, just getting, hits together, all that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can get out of this inning, though. Runner on third, 1-2 count, as the ball is narrowly fair, and it's going to bring in another run for the Angels, as that's going to make it a 5-0 lead here in the middle of the third inning, as that's Brandon Marsh's first major league hit as well. Angels got quite a few guys that are actually making their major league debuts today, but it is what it is. We'll see if they can keep it up over the course of the season. We got a tough division, man. I think if the Rangers were in any other division in the American League, we are finishing with 80, 85 wins. But it just shows how good this division is in general, and how much work we got to do if we want to go ahead and compete in said division. But we actually aren't feeling what Sandy Alcantara was doing on the mound, so we're going to actually go ahead and bring Kyle Cody into the game now. So Alcantara's day is now done, and Kyle Cody is not off to necessarily a great stop. A gapper down the left center field. Delano DeShields Jr. cannot catch up to it. So a ground rule double as a result of it, and a nightmare scenario coming up here for us. Mike Trout with runners on second base. You don't want runners in scoring position when Mike Trout is, coming up to the plate as he brings in another run. Mike Trout is just tearing up our pitching staff here. It has not been a good look whatsoever as they add another run. And then Anthony Radon is going to be at the plate once again with Mike Trout on base as well. As there's another base hit. That's likely going to bring in Mike Trout as well. He's got some really good speed. That's the thing that makes Mike Trout great. Usually a lot of these sluggers, usually aren't very fast whatsoever, but Mike Trout, he is a true 5-tool player. He can go ahead and he can, he can do everything, for this Angels team. It's a shame that to this point the Angels haven't necessarily built a team around them necessarily. But, as of today, though, Angels are doing a really good job. Everybody batting well for the Angels. Look at that. And we still haven't gotten a hit yet. That's the sad part. Angels, meanwhile, already have 10 hits, and we're only halfway through this game, to be honest with you. So let's see if we can finally get a hit going here as Nate Lowe is at the plate. He actually struck out in his last at-bat as Ohtani is facing a 2-1 count. Nate Lowe crushes this one. Is that going to be out of the ballpark? It is. Let's go, baby. Home run for Nate Lowe, the first one this season. He hits at 412 feet all the way out into center field. And that's what I like to see, man. That's how we want to go ahead and get the job done. We need our offense to step up. Let's see if they can get it done here. Danny Henderson at the plate. He's actually making his MLB debut. He was actually walked in the last inning, but he's looking silly this time around, though. He's going to go ahead and strike out, and you can see the stats for Ohtani. Only 1 hit allowed and has 9 strikeouts to his name. So hopefully Kyle Seager can do a little bit better here. He's got a 2-2 count here. Trying to avoid strikeout number 10 in the day. But Kyle Seager, our free agent acquisition, is going to go ahead and miss here. But Nate Lowe at least gets us on the board, all things considered. A nice solo shot out to center field. Rest of the team, though, it needs to step up. We need to get some runners on base ASAP. Otherwise, this game is just going to completely get out of control. As we'll bring in another pitcher to relieve Kyle Cody. John Barreba is going to make his first appearance of the season, as we do make Mike Trout look silly. We strike him out the first time we've been able to do that all day. But let's see if we can finish this inning off, though, as the 1-1 count. And you got to be kidding me. Another home run down left field, and that's gone like a girl in a country song. Another solo shot, this time Anthony Radon getting involved. Only 386 feet, though. You know, the fence is not very big out there. So we're down 8-1 in this game. It's not a good start for our Angels squad as we try to dive for this ball in center field, but Delano DeShields Jr. misses. And now we could be in danger of an inside the park home run potentially, depending on how fast we get this ball in. But we do at least hold him to a triple. That could have been dangerous. If he had some more speed, that was an inside the park home run. Not that it matters. They got that run in next at bat anyways. We're down 9-1 now. That is disgusting. Just nobody on the team really playing well whatsoever, as Wander Franco does get his first major league hit. So the third guy that, you know, gets his first major league hit in this in this game, a lot of rookies showing out for the LA Angels in this one. As that is going to go ahead and bring the end of the 6th inning. The Texas Rangers and the LA Angels. It's not looking good, man. We're down 9-1 right now. That is absolutely insane. But let's see if we can go ahead, at least, get another run. We got a run, last time we were up to bat. And Nick Lowe actually goes ahead, he gets the single out to first base. So we do got a runner on first, as David Dahl does go ahead, get the opening base hit for us. As George Soler will now come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far, but the last couple pitches, we're down in the dirt just looking for a right pitch. As good thing we stole, because that was a double play waiting to happen, but since we did decide to steal, David Dahl's now on second base, and that's going to bring in Nate Lowe, who has a home run and an RBI in this game. Trying to go ahead and take care of business here, see if we can bring another runner home. Well, 0-0 pitch. It's another grounder. It almost gets past the second baseman, but not quite. David Dahl does make it to third base, and that puts in Denny Henderson at the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning, struck out in his last at bat though. Trying to get some kind of rally going here. Let's see if we can bring David Dahl home. 1-2 count, and we take a pitch inside. It's called a strike, and we are going to go ahead. We strand David Dahl on third base. So we could have made a 9-2 game at the very least, but just we couldn't get the job done at the end of the day. And now we're just hoping that our pitching staff can go ahead and stop the bleeding a little bit, because it just hasn't been good for us here thus far. As we do go ahead now, 2-2 count. We got Matt Feast at the plate, is trying to go ahead, is getting to 2-2 count. Still trying to fight his way, out of the strike zone. As we get him out of there, Matt Feist going to go ahead, his second strikeout of the game. And we go ahead now. Let's see if we can finally get a clean inning. It seems like, almost every inning the Angels have been up to bat, they've been able to get at least one run at the plate. It hasn't necessarily been a good look for us thus far, as we drew a walk on David Fletcher. So Harold Ramirez is going to bat, but before we go ahead and do that, Jonathan Hernandez is going to enter the game for us. He's been doing pretty okay. He had 30 games last season, 29 innings pitched. Let's see if we can get the hold here as literally the first pitch that Jonathan Hernandez throws. It's a base hit. It's going to be a big base hit. We got a runner trying to get home. The throw, not in time, and it's another run scored on the LA Angels. We're down 10-1, and Mike Trout now at the plate here. 2-0 count in the bottom of the 7th. As we do at least get him out, get out of this inning finally. But yeah, it's just been a tough game to play in. Nobody's playing well whatsoever. Hopefully it's not like this for the rest of the season, because if it is like this, I'll tell you what, we are going to be in for an extremely long season. As Brandon Marsh comes up to the plate here, he's 1 for 4, has a double and an RBI. Just trying to prevent any more damage from being done, as we do throw the first strike, leading to an 0-1 count. As the next pitch is underway, we throw that high. If you're going to miss, you got to miss on the outside. You cannot miss where he missed right there. Another home run. This time it's Brandon Marsh who gets his first career home run at the major league level. And I think we're just going to go ahead and sim out. It's just not looking good.
I mean, look at these stats right here, man. We got absolutely crushed during this entire game. If we play like this the entire year, it's going to be a very, and I mean very long season for us going forward. Only having 3 hits the entire game, we just have to be a lot better than that. Even if we're going against one of the best pitchers in the league in Atune. So one thing that I did want to go ahead and do here is I'm looking at our center field position right now, and we just have a bundy of center field prospects, you know, between Jason Martin, Julio Pablo Martinez, Steele Walker. We just drafted Derek Carrot the 4th as well. He's sitting at our AA level for the time being. But yeah, that being said, now I think what I am going to do, I am going to trade one of these center fielders. We could use a little bit more help, you know, at our other outfield positions, you know, as well as some like other spots on the field. So what I am going to do is I'm going to try to find a trade for Jason Martin, and see what we can do, see what we can end up you know, making here. So what I am going to do, I am going to go ahead and just like look for prospects, see what, you know, comes up on the table. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, you know, that looks like a pretty interesting trade for us here. They would trade us Josh Lowe and Tom Lewis. Both are a potential guys. That's a possibility. Nate Pearson, he's 25 years old, and he's a 68 overall with a potential. That's something that, you know, we could certainly do here as well. Just looking around, see what else we could do. Wilbus Santiago, he is an A potential at 66 overall, 25 years old. That could be a nice little option for us here as well. On top of it, as we continue to look around, you know, see who else happens to be available as well moving forward. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a straight up trade here, get Wilbus Santiago, and we'll go ahead and accept that trade, man. We're excited to bring him into the organization. So we go ahead and start simulating the rest of the month of April, and it looks like we have our first injury of the season. Isaiah Canera-Falifa, he does end up going ahead and getting a knee sprain. He'll only be out for a day or two, luckily, so we'll keep him up here at the major league level. But secondarily, we also have an injury at the AAA level. Ronald Guzman gets hurt. He's one of our better prospects. But, you know, again, you know, not a major injury, but, you know, month of April, man, we're not doing too bad, actually. We're 11-9 after 20 games. The question is, can we keep that up over the course of 162 games this season, as we're sitting in 4th place in the ALS after the month of April. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do. I'm going to end the episode here, but next time out, we will check in at the minor league level. If you enjoyed today's content, man, make sure to smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you have to be new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care.